Welcome to Question Coach. This podcast is for you founders, CEO, leaders who make decisions all day, carry pressure and deal with people. I am Audrey Jeanron. I work with leaders who are expected to be confident and in control while handling doubt, overload, conflict, and human complexity. This podcast is about one thing: understanding humans, yourself and others, so you can align purpose, people, and performance. No theory for show, just insights and practical tools to help you lead people, not just systems. Let's get into today's episode. So hello everyone, for today, let me start with something really simple. When the company grows fast, everybody will celebrate. New clients, new hires, more revenue, more ambitions. But when management doesn't grow at the same pace, something breaks. Not immediately, not loudly, but inevitably. And that's what we're talking about today. Because most companies don't fail because of strategy. Some do, but not everybody. They don't fail because of the market. Some do, but not everyone. They don't fail because a product is not good enough. Some do, but most don't. Most companies don't fail because of strategy, market conditions, or because the product is not good enough. Most companies, they fail because growth moves faster than management maturity. And nobody will tell it to you. There is what happens when a company scales. Complexity explodes. More people, more decision, more interfaces, more pressure, more of everything. But what does not automatically grow? Decision quality, managerial judgment, leadership posture. So you end up with organizations that look successful from the outside and feel really chaotic on the inside. So let me give you a few early warning signs. You would probably recognize one or two inside your own company or maybe on the outside. So decisions keep going up. Managers ask for validation instead of deciding themselves. Founders, leaders become the bottleneck again. Meetings multiply. Clarity disappears. Teams disengage quietly. You don't have a vision anymore. Strategy becomes fuzzy. And very often leaders tell me, oh, this is just a growth phase. It's normal. It will settle. No, it doesn't just settle by itself. These are not growing pains. These are signs of a management maturity gap. And you know what? This is where many leaders make a critical mistake. They do more. They step in more. They decide faster themselves and by themselves. They work longer hours. They tighten control. They feel responsible. And it feels that this is necessary. But it's actually destructive because leadership at scale is not about your personal input as a leader, as a founder, as a CEO. It's all about building decision capacity beyond yourself. If growth requires you to carry more instead of enabling others to carry it, the system will break. Not because you're weak, but because the system depends on you too much. Now, let's talk about the real cost of this, because this is where things get really expensive. Underdeveloped management doesn't show up as a management problem on a P&L. It shows up as wasted time, poor prioritization, rework, disengagement, talents are leaving, constant firefighting. So it costs runway, it costs margins, it costs focus. It's quiet, but it's relentless. And by the time leaders feel it really clearly, they're already in damage control. But the real question becomes, what can you actually do about it? So let's keep this practical. First, stop promoting on performance alone. Great individual contributors don't automatically make good managers. Before giving someone a team, ask yourself, can this person think beyond their own work? Can they decide under uncertainty? Can they hold others accountable without hiding behind hierarchy? If this answer is no, promotion creates a risk, not leverage. Second thing you can do about that is fixed decision ownership. If decisions keep bouncing upwards, something is unclear. Not motivation, not competence, ownership, accountability. Who decides? On what scope? With which criteria? Ambiguity is not empowerment. Clear decision rights are. Third thing you can do about that is building judgment, not just skills. Frameworks are useful, tools will help, but judgment is what scales. Managers, your managers, they need to practice prioritizing without full information, handling tensions, making trade offs, taking responsibility without consensus in their teams. That cannot be learned in theory. It must be experienced, it must be challenged, it must be reflected on. Fourth thing you can do about this management gap is shifting your role as a leader. If you are still the smartest person in every room, the system depends on you too much. Your job is no longer to solve problems faster. Your job is to create leaders, managers who can solve the right problems without you. That is the real leverage. So here's the takeaway for today. Management is infrastructure. You wouldn't scale revenue if you had a fragile IT system. Yet many companies try to scale growth on fragile management layers. Management is not a soft topic. It's a core operating system. It's something that you can scale, it's something that you can fix, something that you can make grow in your company. So you have also to do it, and you have to do it early, or it will fail you later. Before we close for today, let me quickly recap. When growth moves faster than management, something will break. Not because people don't care, but because complexity outpaces leadership maturity. The warning signs are clear. Decision will escalate to you, you become the bottleneck, your manager will hesitate taking decisions. Team will disengage. They will lack clarity, they don't know what to do, and they will ultimately disengage. Doing more is not the solution. Working harder is not leadership. Let me say that again. Working harder is not leadership. What actually scales is judgment, clear decision ownership, accountability, managers who can think, decide, and lead without constant validation. Management is not a soft skill. It's infrastructure of your company. If you don't upgrade your management, if you don't upskill your managers, the growth, the scale will expose the weakest points. And this brings me to the work we do at Be Best. Through our manager bootcamps, we help organizations upgrade their management layer fast, not with theory, with real decision work, clear ownership, and a leadership posture under pressure. It's designed for companies that are scaling and cannot afford slow learning curves. This is not only 2 days, but it's also a 3 months coaching with your people. We also have executive sparring. I work directly with founders and CEOs who have become the bottleneck of their organizations, not because they lack intelligence or commitment, but because the organization still runs on them. So we work on judgment, on decision leverage, on building a leadership system that doesn't collapse when you step back. So if growth is accelerating and you're starting to feel the strain, take this as a signal, not to work harder, but to upgrade how leadership actually works in your ecosystem, in your company. If this episode resonates and you're navigating growth-related leadership pressure, feel free to reach out. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn or explore my work on our website. Both links are available in the episode description. Whether you're looking to strengthen your management layer, unblock decision-making, or simply want a sharp external perspective, I'm happy to start a conversation. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening to Question Coach, and I see you next week. Bye-bye.